process management optimizes your core business, presented by Yogesh Dhimate. First of all, I'm very sorry. I apologize for the technical errors caused by GoToMeeting in the audio system. I think we are fine with the presentation. If anybody experience any problem, please let us know through chat window. Without much delay, we'll start the presentation, today's presentation. To those of you who are not aware of ProSoft, I'll just start with a few intro slides. They're founded in 1995, headquartered in Downers Grove, Illinois, where we have global presence. We have development and support offices in the United States, Canada, and India. We are now 500 associates globally with average management consulting and technical delivery experience of 10 years. And areas of practice include enterprise integration solution, B2B integration solutions, business process management, business analytics, cloud solutions, and managed services. We have industry focus. We do a lot of work in retail, financial services, energy, utilities, and manufacturing. Technology partners, we are partnered with SAP, SoftwareAG, and IBM. And our services include strategy, architecture, development, project management, business analysis, and testing. And this slide discusses our engagement models, various engagement models. We do staff augmentation. We provide subject matter experts for your strategic projects. We handle engagement models like strategic out-tasking, where ProSoft is responsible for predefined deliverables, and client is responsible for overall project delivery. We handle project-based engagement models, where we handle end-to-end projects, and we handle managed services. ProSoft provides comprehensive outsourcing services, operation level agreement, and collaboration. And we have technology agnostic core integration services. So a complete partnership awareness to realization, so governance and COE, there is Center of Excellence, ESB reference architecture and strategy, B2B gateways and rapid onboarding frameworks, BPM solutions with BAM and executive dashboards, in-memory solutions for high throughput services, upgrade and migration services, infrastructure, design and installation services, 24/7 middleware, infra and application support services, and global delivery model with offshore development practices. And we offer customer-specific on-site webMethods workshops. And coming to webMethods, what is the key differentiation? We are partnered with webMethods since 1997. Right now, we are the largest pool of webMethods subject matter experts. We support all versions of webMethods, 6.x, 7.x, 8.x, and 9.x. I have extensive experience in the assessments, enterprise integration, modernization, upgrades, mentoring, infra services, and support. And we use customer-focused, agile global delivery model and value-driven methodologies to provide fixed price, on-budget delivery. And we offer webMethods 9 on-demand workshops. With this, I'll hand it over to Yogesh. First of all, he'll take you over the agenda. Yogesh.
Hey, thanks, James. Thanks for introduction. Today's topic of our discussion is business process management and how you can use BPM to optimize your core business processes. So I'm going to cover following items today. First, we will discuss what is BPM, then why do we need BPM, what are different dimensions and life cycle stages of BPM project, what is business activity monitoring, what webMethods is offering as part of its business process management suite and optimize for process, what are the benefits of business process optimization, and if you incorporate BPM into your solution, how it is going to affect your enterprise architecture. Let's go to next slide where we will define what business process is and how business process management is defined. Let's define business process first. Business process is a set of tasks and activities which are once completed will accomplish an organization goal. We can also define it as a course of action intended to achieve desired results. Here you can see that we have defined business process very loosely. Business process is not a new thing. It is something that every business is doing on a day-to-day basis since the concept of business came into being. Let's take a very simple example of our neighborhood convenience store. They buy some items from supplier and sell those items at a margin to a customer. Even though with their small operation, their goal is obviously to make some money, but they are also doing some business process. They'll order items from supplier. Once these items are received, calculate the desired margin and sell those items at a margin to customers. Here we have not considered complex business scenarios like invoicing or account payables, account receivables. But even though the business is small or it can be big, they are running business process every day. Let's define how business process management can be understood. It is a set of methods, tools, and technologies which are used to design, enact, and control your business processes. It can also help you to analyze and improve your current business processes. Basically, it results into a collaboration between IT and business to create effective, agile, and transparent business processes. Now, obviously, the question will come to your mind that if I am doing business processes every day, why do I need business process management? Do I really need it, or someone is just trying to sell me a new buzzword in the market? Let's go to the next slide and see why do you need BPM. How businesses are changing in the modern world is the really driving factor behind need for BPM. The first driving factor here is globalization. Today, most of the businesses are operating without any geographical boundaries. It is very typical for a business to function and spread its operations in multiple continents for various reasons. The driving factor behind that can be cost, it can be quality, or innovation. In order to run efficiently across the globe, all these businesses need seamless and instant access to the information. Second important point here is productivity. Companies everywhere are aiming for improved productivity. They want to generate more value with fewer resources and in less time. Innovation and speed are very important factors today. In today's world, you will know that all your competitors have identical products and services. So there is a pressing need to differentiate from the competition to get the advantage. Especially due to consumerization of IT, even smaller companies are presenting quite a big challenge to bigger players in the market. You need to be innovative and very quick to respond to the changing market conditions. Next important point here is compliance. We know that today regulators and governments are very active and they are putting a lot of compliances on companies. The compliances are for varying reasons. They might be established to protect the interest of customers, or to protect industry from failures, or to ensure fair business practices. The compliances are usually very costly to incorporate, but they don't add any business value. You might have heard recent ruling of European Court of Justice where they ordered to popular search engines that consumer right to forget. So you need to remove all the references if consumer demands it. So compliances like these can be very pervasive. They will impact your business left and right, and the businesses need to comply to these compliances very quickly. Otherwise, they have to be ready to pay very heavy fines. So this all boils down to information. Do I have access to the right information? Do I know KPIs of my business process? Do I know what all factors are impacting my business process? For example, say for my supplier is delaying shipment due to inclement weather. Do I know which customers are affected because of this? If I don't inform my customer in time, he might just log on onto social media and say that this business is not reliable. He never informed that my shipment is going to be delayed and screwed my wedding anniversary. So today we are data rich, but really starving for right information at right time. It is just like what kind of food we eat today. We get a lot of calories, but don't get right nutrients. So BPM is the answer, behind all these problems. Let's dive into more details of BPM. Let's see what dimensions BPM has. Go to slide number 10. So we have business, process, management, and technology dimensions for BPM. Business dimension primarily focuses on customer value, improved performance, and faster response to change. Whereas the process dimension looks at effectiveness of your process, transparency of your process, whether your process is agile and flexible. The management dimension will look for collaboration between IT and business. They'll try to get more value out of your collaboration and basically try to bring people and systems together. Whereas technology is the backbone of your BPM implementation, it is primarily concerned about smaller details like modeling and design of your business process, integrating your systems and your business processes, execution of business process, business activity monitoring, and controlling of your business process. Even though technology is the backbone of your business process, it's very crucial to separate the technology from business process management. Let's go to the next slide where we see why separating of business process from technology is important. Tying the business process to a single technology severely limits the usefulness of your business process. This primarily happens because the technology tied to a business process might be relevant to a very small number of steps in your entire business process. For example, you implement your business process tied to your procurement technology. So the people and systems in procurement will have very limited view of the entire business process. They might not be fully aware of what's happening in manufacturing or payments or management. They might not be aware of what CRM system is and how it is participating in the business process. So loose coupling is the ideal way to keep your business process connected with the technology but not tightly coupled. The ideal place for business process is generally on top of your enterprise integration layer, or you can put it on your service bus layer. We will see more details regarding that in later slides. Let's see what webMethods BPMS has to offer in the next slide. SoftwareAG webMethods BPM product suite gives you with methodology and technology. If you remember in the introduction slide, when we defined BPM, we identified that it is a set of methods, tools, and technologies. So webMethods BPMS provides you with methodology and technology to implement the BPM suite. In the methodology stack, you get the project lifecycle composed of phases, then work packages and activities, as well as it has well-defined implementation and development process for the entire solution. Whereas the comprehensive technology stack with set of content management, UI design, task management, scalable process execution, analytics, dashboarding, all these tool sets come up with webMethods BPMS. Let's see what methodology I have to offer in the next slide. As part of webMethods methodology, the BPM lifecycle is defined at its highest maturity. You have to strategize, design, implement, compose, then monitor and control your business process, then identify what's impacting your business process, make changes in it, optimize it, and perform these actions repetitively. This helps you in analyzing and optimizing your process so that you reach the highest maturity in your business process. Whereas on the technology track, if we go to the next slide, it helps you to design, enact, and control the business processes. So you have methodology and the technology. From the design perspective, you have SoftwareAG Aris platform, which is nothing but integrated tool for strategy and design of your implementation, where your business analysts and process engineers will decide and articulate your business process. At that point of time, they will not be bothered about the runtime technology where your process will be executed. They can simply define the business process. They can use standard language like BPMN, things like that. They can define your services and KPIs on Aris platform and hand it over this work to a developer, where your developer can implement it, and it can be executed in the process engine hosted on webMethods integration server, which is backbone of integration platform. So once you have implemented, business processes, they'll help your business users and give more information to them. Let's see how a typical business process looks like in webMethods. On the next slide, you can see this is a typical scenario of procure to pay process in any organization. Here you have order creation, order revision, order confirmation, shipment, invoice payment, receipt generation, all these steps. So just looking at the diagram, you immediately know that where your purchase order is. What is the status of purchase order? Is there any step causing bottleneck in your entire process? And it's very helpful to just look at the picture than dig through 100 or 1000 lines of logs just to get an idea of where your purchase order is, what's happening in your process. We often say that, a picture is worth 1000 lines. So representing your business process in pictorial format is really helpful. So this is just, a process flow diagram. This is how it looks like. If you go to next slide, how it looks like in my webMethods server, which is graphical user interface of process engine. So each step is associated with a detailed step summary as well. On each step, you see whether that step is executed successfully or not. Right now, you see that all steps are executed successfully. In case there is any problem in a specific step, that step will be marked with a, cross mark. And step summary obviously provides you details. You can also model the steps happening outside your organization. Not necessarily you're running those steps in your same process engine, but you can still visualize those steps and see that, there are certain steps happening outside your organization, and there might be a bottleneck outside the organization causing delays into the process. In case you need manual intervention in a process, on the next slide, you can see that you can also integrate people with the process. So you can assign tasks to the users in case, more informed decision is required. A user can take an appropriate action, say for example, when order amount is greater than $10,000. We don't want to auto approve it. Let's go through a manual approval process. The user can accept or reject the order, or he can delegate it order to higher authority who can make more informed decision. Once you have business process management solution implemented in your system, what are the benefits you derive out of it? With BPM, you can automate execution of steps in your business process. We just saw that webMethods task engine can be used where manual intervention is required. You can compose new processes from the existing processes and use those in your business process. Business process management suite also comes up with alert and notification mechanism that will come in very handy to avoid any disruptions in your process. Once you have implemented BPM solution, it streamlines your business process. It enables existing processes for quick changes, and thus it also gives you more flexibility in the business process. Since your processes are adaptable and agile, obviously they become more flexible. The most important point here is you can track individual transactions very effectively. You have more visibility into your business process. You can look at the process through any particular role. Due to increased alignment and participation between IT and business, you have more collaboration, and which results into innovation. Last but not the least, the most important benefit is you can enforce the governance policies. You can enforce business process policies effectively with your BPM. You can identify who can manage and control the business processes, who can access these business processes. If there are any needs with respect to delegation of tasks, you can do that in your business process. If there are any deviations in SLA, what to do, that you can define in your governance policies. All these things can be done in BPM. Now, once I've implemented BPM, it is just one part of puzzle. You have a process, what to do with the process data. On the next slide, you will see that how to analyze this process data. A sophisticated BPM solution comes up with analytics engine. It collects and analyzes process data for process owners and presents this information in a graphical manner. Business activity monitoring tool, which is analytics engine, gives you features like process tracking or alerting, predictive analysis, or statistical learning about your processes. Effectively, it helps you to monitor and respond to activities in real time. The tool comes up with predefined KPIs and process parameters, which allow you to focus on delivering real and measurable business value for each project. On the next slide, we will see the specific tool provided with webMethods BPM suite as analytics and business activity monitoring engine. So webMethods optimized for process comes up with features like single view of your business process, intelligent self-learning, real-time monitoring and analytics, early problem prediction, proactive alerts, and reports. And these features are in close alignment with the benefits that you get out of it. With single view and intelligent self-learning, you have enterprise-wide process visibility. With real-time monitoring and analysis, you can discover business issues and opportunities. With proactive alerts and early problem predictions, you can make informed decisions before these problems start impacting your business. And all these helps in empowering your business users. There are some of the best practices on the next slide where we have listed down do's and don'ts. And these best practices are from our past experience of BPM project execution. So it's very important to determine the right side of the project. It's better to start small with your project implementation and increase the scope of your project. Engage all the stakeholders at every stage of BPM lifecycle. We saw various life cycles, like you have to strategize and define, design, implement. So it's best you engage the stakeholders, take their opinion into each life cycle, and keep on repeating the process. Make sure you capture your KPIs and metrics in the scope stage itself. BPM as automated process is implemented best for long-running or multi-event processes. We saw procure to pay process as an example. So typically that kind of a process runs for a couple of days or even weeks. But do not create processes that end in just few seconds or minutes. It just keeps on adding more data into system, puts more overhead into the system, and it's very difficult to derive any meaningful value from it if you have processes running for just few seconds or minutes. Typically, long-standing processes provide better opportunity to capture crucial business facts and dimensions. On the next slide, we'll just summarize or remember what we have learned so far. So business process management solutions help you in creating adaptive and flexible processes. It helps you in creating end-to-end process visibility and control. You can automate your repeatable processes. You can also simulate your processes and optimize those. And in order to do these things, the best approach to take is identify your objectives and KPIs upfront, measure your current parameters, determine bottlenecks in your process, fix those bottlenecks and improve your process, and calculate the value. At the highest maturity of the architecture, if we see the next slide, you will see how BPM suite fits in very well in your enterprise architecture. As we discussed when separating the technology from business process, I mentioned that it's best you put your business process management suite on top of your enterprise integration or ESB layer. So it can get all the benefits of your service bus, where service bus will interact with your partners, backend package applications, database systems, or legacy mainframe systems. And business activity monitoring will monitor all the systems. You get the benefits of analytics and monitoring. You get benefits of early problem predictions from Optimize. And you can enforce your governance policies across your enterprise architecture. You can have registry and repository implemented, policy enforcement. You can define roles and responsibilities, control the access, who can see what, who can do what. And then ultimately you can define the life cycle of your processes as well as your services. There are multiple options available when you want to implement webMethods BPMS. You can go with on-premise implementation, or the new market trend suggests that you can use tools like Process Live or Agile apps, where you put your business processes on the cloud and also benefit from the social integration features. Similarly, on analytics side, webMethods Optimize is the backbone of your analytics engine, But you also have more powerful tools like Apama, which can help in identifying fraudulent activities by correlating and analyzing business events in real time across multiple data streams. ProSoft has lined up a couple of more webinars in next few weeks. James, if you could go to the next slide where we have future webinars, you can learn more about Terracotta and big memory solutions, and also how Command Central can help your enterprise integration infrastructure. But that's all I have for now. So I think we will take any questions where we can answer those.
Thanks, Yogesh. Thank you so much. I apologize again for the lag actually you're seeing when we are changing the slides. There was obviously an error from GoToMeeting. We're very sorry for that. And we're ready to take the questions now. You just place your any of your questions in the chat window or the questions tab. I would be very glad to address them. Okay, there will be a GoToMeeting window where you can place your questions. We'll answer them as we get that. Yes, absolutely. We will be sending the slides to you. You can alternately send out an email. I'll be sending you a thanks note right after this webinar. You can place your questions, or we'll definitely share the link where you can watch the recording too. I don't see any questions, so maybe that's a problem from the GoToMeeting, but feel free to place your questions through emails replying to our thanks note. And we'll be sending you the details about our upcoming webinars. I will make sure there won't be any errors like this today. But we'll end up the session for today. We'll meet you next week, same time, Wednesday, for our next webinar, Terracotta and Big Memory Solutions. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.